Hey Michael, here's your new Springwood Slasher Limited Part 1 glove. So, there was not exactly a lot of room to go up on these gloves compared to the normal template gloves, but there are quite a few things that you're paying for with this. So, what I'm doing with these limited gloves is I'm cutting the stalls and tips directly out from unsoftened pipe. So I'm putting the template on the pipe and cutting it out with like a Dremel or an angle grinder, whatever's easier at the time, which is, from what I'm aware, the way they did it for the movie. So it retains basically all of its strength. It's very hard copper. The tips are a little softer, but that's because of the brazing. It also comes stock with P210 replicas, which I do sharpen. I don't really know if I have a great way to show that these are sharp, but like, they're not insanely sharp, but as sharp as I can get them anyway. The part 1, I basically just leave the blade shape intact. It seems like most of the edits were to the part 2 variant of it. Another thing that I do is a lot of underside detailing, which I'll show in a minute, and much more accurate leather cuts. There's a lot more jaggies. The angle of some of the cuts are a lot different, and just some of the actual detailing is different too. I also do oxyacetylene brazing, so oxygen acetylene, which is, from what I'm aware, what they used. Might have been oxypropane or oxymap, but very likely they used oxyacetylene. And I also use oxyacetylene to weather the backplate. So while it's not like the perfect replica of the Part 1 backplate stain, I try to do it as authentically as I can. I also try to leave it a little bit glossy looking. So I'll show you some of those underside details. One, the leather is weathered all throughout, inside and out. And two, if it'll focus, you might be able to see that there are holes in some of the rings and that the solder looks like shit. And that is very intentional. If you look at the underside shots of the Part 2 today, you can see that the solder on the rings that are still there are barely holding them on, and the rings that are missing, there's barely any solder there to begin with. I also tried to replicate how much ring was inside the tip, like how much it curled around the tip and whatnot. Then of course it has my engraving and stuff down on the back plate, and the number of the series that this is. So I have one of this glove left for sale. Obviously it's not made yet, but you can pre-purchase it. And this last glove, 5 of 5, is going to have real P210 knives that I have. It's going to cost a bit more because of the P210 knives, because they're so expensive generally. It's going to be $1,500 plus shipping, but it will have the same make and model original knives that they used on this glove. It'll be cut the same way, it'll be weathered the same way. Probably the most authentic glove that's been made to date. So if you want to get your hands on that, shoot me a message, let me know. $1,500 plus shipping for a P210 glove. Anyway, Michael, I hope you like it, and I'll get this out to you soon.